everyone, it's Tanya and welcome to today's video. So this clip is going to be just an introduction. The actual video I will be filming tomorrow, but tomorrow's video is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a new challenge, so I'm going to attempt. The key word is attempt. I am attempting to read for 24 hours straight with like minimum interruptions, with as little interruptions as possible. Well, obviously I'm going to stop to have some food like breakfast or lunch. I might stop if I need to, if I feel that my eyes are tired and need a break. I will also probably stop because, you know, it's like physical need practically. I'm going to make those interruptions as minimum as possible and practically read for 24 hours straight with no sleep if I can do it. So like reminding, the keyword is attempting. I don't know if I can actually do it. Also, I just need to see if I can actually retain any information from what I am reading, because like obviously I am reading to retain the information. Like if I feel that like my brain cannot take anymore, then what's the purpose of reading then? So then I will stop as well. So we will see how it's going to go, but I am very actually excited. I want to try if I can actually read for 24 hours straight. I'm very curious. As for the book that I'm going to read tomorrow, I don't really have like a set plan, a set TBR. I will just choose as I go. All I know is that I want to finish this book, so I have like a little bit less than half of this book left. So I will finish this book tomorrow from the start, from the morning, and then I will choose some other books. So wish me luck. Let's see if I can do it. See you tomorrow. I will start from the morning, so I will wake up maybe 9, maybe 8. We will see when I wake up. Start in the morning and then go till the next morning. So that's the plan. See you tomorrow. Wish me luck. Okay everyone, good morning, and it is, I'm going to start with this book. I have this much left. This much. A little bit less than half. So I will start with this book and then I will choose something else to read. So wish me luck. I hope I can do it. I'm very excited but also a little bit nervous. Let the experiment begin. Let's do it. I decided to use this app, this forest app. So I think how many hours can you, because I want to have breaks for like my eyes to rest, so maybe every hour I will have a break. Plant, yes. Okay, so phone aside, book in hands. Let's read.
Started slow, like a tree grows out in the open. These things don't grow overnights long and get old in the morning. Nothing more can make it speed up. Nights are long and the day's getting shorter. Hold her close, father to your daughters, 'cause all things that grow slow can go so fast.
I now have the last chapter of this book left, but my eyes are already a little bit tired, so I need to a little bit do some eye exercise maybe. And I will make some tea and then come back to reading. Yeah, I need a little bit rest for my eyes. I've been reading, by the way, so now it is 1, almost 1. So almost 1 p.m. So it means I started at 9:30. I was reading for 3 hours and a half, non-stop. Good. Yeah, now I'm going to a little bit give my eyes some rest and then finish the book, finish the last chapter, which I'm loving. I'm loving this book. I will talk about all the books that I have read in the end of this video, just, you know, not to take time from reading, but yeah, this book I'm loving a lot. Okay, 5-minute break has passed currently. 1:15. Now back to reading.
Softly the nights fade away.
I have finished this book finally. I have finished it and I loved it so much. Okay, so now we will talk about it later when I finish this whole challenge. So now currently it is almost 2. I'm about to have lunch. Very excited. I love this soup. And then I will choose next book to read. I'm still in doubts, but I think I know. Okay, first I will eat. This is what I'm eating. I know it doesn't look very inviting. It doesn't look particularly beautiful, but there is more than meets the eye with the soup. The soup is very delicious. It's very good. It's basically zucchini and meat. That's it. Zucchini and meat. So good.
Blend into times of midnight. Seems slow, but goes fast, just like an airplane.
To be honest with you, I don't know what books should I read next. I have a few books to choose from. So one of them is Fugitive Pieces. One of them is Things in Jars. One more, Timekeeper. And also I feel like I also kind of want to read something from Penguin English Library, like for example Kim or Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness would be cool, and it's also quite short. So you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to do random numbers, and whichever random number I get, I will read that book. Okay, so here are my choices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's do random number generator. Okay, so the random number that I got is number 5, and book number 5 is Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, which is, I feel like it's a good choice because it's short, so I feel like I will be able to finish it today and then read at least one more book. So I'm happy. Okay, I will start on Heart of Darkness. Okay, so lunch has been consumed. Tea is almost consumed. It is currently 2:22 and I am going back to reading.
When she blows on the waves, constantly subject to change.
Okay, so it's already almost 7 p.m. and to be honest, I wasn't very productive with my reading. I mean, I was reading, like sitting and reading, but my husband was having a meeting because today is Monday and he's working from home, and he was having a meeting and he was talking all the time, like I couldn't concentrate on my reading, even though I was trying, but I couldn't. So yeah, I haven't read much. I'm currently, and also my mom called, so I talked to my mom for an hour. But I'm currently on page 50 of Heart of Darkness. Now I'm alone, so I'm going to read. Also, I'm not going to sleep tonight, so I hope, I mean, I will finish this book for sure, and I will read one more book. So yeah, let's read. Also, recently I've been really missing Korean ramen so much, and I finally found a delicious, I mean, Japanese ramen is also delicious, just that I was also missing like Korean taste ramen, so I found this one. It's punch stamina, something like this. So this is this ramen. I really like it. I'm so happy I found it. Okay, now I will have my ramen really fast because I'm hungry and read. I feel like Heart of Darkness was a bad choice. Was a bad choice for this readathon because it reads slowly. It is short, but for some reason it takes me so much brain power to understand. I don't know, is it the language? Is it because I'm already tired because I have been reading all day? Is it the two things together? Because Cider with Rosia, I read it so easily, just like on one breath. It was just so easy to read. Heart of Darkness, I'm struggling from the very beginning. I'm struggling with the language, with like just against the writing. I feel like it was a bad choice. I feel like this book is, at least like in my case, normally I would read it very slowly. I would read it maybe in 2 or 3 days. Yeah, it was a bad choice. It's okay. It's okay. Next time I will not do random number generator. Next time I will carefully check the language. I will carefully check the font size and choose a book that I'm sure I will be able to read fast. Maybe White is for Witching. I feel at least maybe I need a book by a modern author, by an author from like our time, because this is the language that I understand better. Old language for me is harder to understand, and I need to like really concentrate and, you know, like really hard. So yeah, I feel like it was a bad choice. But anyway, so I'm already reading it. I feel like if I just put it down and take another book, I will feel disappointed. I will feel very disappointed, and like it will not help me to finish this challenge. So I want to just finish this book, just finish it, and yeah, and then just pick something easy. I think White with Witching, probably White with Witching I will take, or The Timekeeper. We will see. Something by a modern author who writes with the contemporary language, you know, not this old language. It's beautiful, like the writing is beautiful. I'm not saying anything against it, it's just that it's harder for me to read, and I would like to pay more time to this book. Yeah, anyway, just my thoughts. I will still continue reading the book though, because I will feel disappointed if I put it down. So it is currently 8:45. I have the last chapter of Heart of Darkness left, which is like 30 pages, and I will finally finish it. It is so hard to read. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm tired. Like it's so hard for me now to concentrate on this book. I think it's just because I'm tired. I don't know why, but it's just I've been reading all day. Maybe that's why. But like I don't know why it's so hard. I'm not going to give up. Not just now. I will finish the book. It's okay. I will reread it. I will reread it at some point. I feel like this is not the book to read in this type of challenge. I will need to read it in the future. And after this book, I will pick, I don't know, maybe Things in Jars. It should be like just something kind of a detective mystery story, so I think it would be like easy and fast to read. Maybe Things in Jars. But it's quite long, it's like 400 pages. I will not finish it then. I have a short book, The Timekeeper, but I don't know how fast, if it's fast paced, if it's interesting, and if I'm going to like it. I have good feeling about Things in Jars, but I had The Timekeeper for so long, so I also kind of need to read it. We'll see. Okay, so it is currently 2:22. 2:22, and I have finished The Heart of Darkness. I will need to read this book because I don't know, it was hard for me to read, and also like because I couldn't just like put it down and like rest. I feel like I didn't get much out of it, so yeah, I will need to read this book in the future. Now I will read this book, The Time of the Keep. You see, it's already late. I've been reading all day. I cannot talk anymore. The Timekeeper. Apparently this book is about meaning of time. So I don't know, I've never heard anybody talk about this book, so I don't know. I don't really have like any expectations for it. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, but why I'm going to read it, because first, it has been on my TBR for very long. Second, it has big font. Third, it has short chapters. And fourth, it has only 238 pages. So if I read for the rest of the night, I think I will be able to finish it. So yeah, and if I finish it, it means I will finish 3 books today. Well, like 2.5, right? So because the Cider with Rose, I read only half of it, which will be good. But yeah, Heart of Darkness. It was a bad choice. It was a bad choice, but like you never know until you try, right? Like you never know until you try. It looked short. How did I know that it was a bad choice? Besides, it was random number generator. Yeah, I shouldn't have offered it. But like who? Just, it will be a lesson for me for the future. Like when you have 24-hour readathons, do not read classics. Do not. Do not read classics. Read contemporary books, because they are easier to understand, because they have easier language, and because you probably will not have to reread them again. At least like not immediately after finishing them. So yeah, I'm going to start with the Timekeeper. Wish me luck. I hope I will not fall asleep.
All those times you were kept up by roaring thunder. The lights are on, but won't stay much longer. As time moves on, they'll only.
It is currently 12, almost 20 minutes. And I'm getting so sleepy. I don't know how long I'm going to last. I'm going to push through and read as long as possible. But I'm already getting very sleepy and tired. This book so far is okay. Like it's just so. Nothing very much that I like enjoy. Just like okay. So I'll continue reading. And let's see how long I'm going to last. It is almost 1 AM. To be honest, I'm not into this book. Like, I'm not very much into it. It has a teenage romance, and I'm like, just no. Please, no. I'm not into these things. And so, yeah. I feel like I don't want to spend the night with this book. I'm going to sleep. I will like wake up tomorrow morning. I will finish this book tomorrow morning, and I feel like there will be no regrets, because honestly, I'd rather sleep than read this. Okay, yeah, I think I will go to bed, because I'm just, I don't know, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and also I'm not that much into that book, so it's okay, I'll sleep. See you tomorrow morning. Hi everybody, so it's already the next day, and it is currently 4:35, and today, throughout the whole day, I have read like 5 pages. I don't know, maybe 10. I don't know, but like very little. So you see, on the next day, after like excessive reading and reading all day long, not 24 hours because I slept, but like all day long reading straight with minimum interruptions, I feel drained on the next day, and I'm not in the zone. I'm not in the mood for reading. All I want to do is like do something else, like cook, vacuum, watch YouTube. I don't want to read. Excessive amount of reading drains you out of your reading energy. So I feel like it's not always very productive. Also, I don't know, maybe it's also because of this book, because I cannot say that I'm enjoying it. I think I might DNF it, but it's so easy to read. This book is so easy to read. The chapters are like super short, language is super easy, and like I might even finish it, but like I don't really like it. It's just it's very easy to read. So I don't know what I will do with this book. I'm not in the zone for reading today. I might read in the evening. Yeah, but now not in the mood. So yeah, these are my feelings on the next day. I'm drained of my reading fire. I will talk about the books I read a little bit later, because again, I'm drained of my book enthusiasm for now. I need to have some rest, relax, do something else, go shopping, for example. And yeah, I will talk to you about the books in the evening, I think. Okay, see you in the evening. Hi everyone, so it's already the next day. And let me just finish the video and talk about all the books that I was reading. So let's start with the Cider with Rosie. I finished the last part of this book and I love this book so. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm already thinking about getting Laurie Lee's other books because I just loved everything about this one. I absolutely loved his writing, his language. It was very beautiful. The book itself is very thoughtful. Something I really liked about this book, like I have already said, so this book is a collection of his memories of his childhood living in this remote village, Catford. I forgot the name of his village, but like some small village, very remote. And like I said before, there isn't any plot to this book. Like nothing is really happening. It's just him remembering different episodes, different characters living in that village, different traditions of that village, different seasons in that village. So the book is broken into a few like short stories, and every short story has a different theme to it. So for example, years after the war, because like that's where we begin, like after the First World War ended. There will also be a chapter about two elderly women who were his neighbors, but between themselves they were like rivals, and that was like adorable and also very bittersweet. There was a chapter about death in the village and like a few different episodes of different deaths with different reasons that occurred in the village when he was a child. There was a very heartwarming, bittersweet and also sad chapter about his mother. I think the chapter about his mother is like one of my favorites. It was just, I don't know, I guess the most touching. And so a lot of different topics to the chapters. And something I really appreciated, like in the end when I was already thinking about this book, is that I really liked that the narrator of the book, even though he is remembering his childhood, he narrates it from his current age. Like it's a man, already grown up man, talking about his childhood. The narrator of the book is not a boy. The narrator of the book is a grown-up man, and that is why I feel like the book has a lot of philosophical tone to it, which I enjoyed so much, because this grown-up man already understands why certain things happened. He understands why certain people behaved in a certain way, and he can look at it with humor, or he can look at it with understanding, or he can look at it with different attitudes. And I really appreciate it. I loved the narrator was the grown-up man, because it just added so much intelligence to this book. I really liked it. This book basically has everything. It has humor, it has not sarcasm, but you know, that like this wistful humor about certain things. Like for example, when he, especially a lot of things, but for example, just when he talks about his mother, how clumsy she was, how disorganized she was, how she could never catch a bus, how also naive she was. There will be a lot of humor to those episodes when he describes his mother, and I really appreciate it a lot. This book was actually really great. I really liked it a lot. I loved how this normal, very average, very simple life of very simple people was described with so much love, with so much understanding. So yeah, I really loved this book a lot. The next book I read was The Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, and I will need to read this book because when I was reading it, for some reason, like, my mind just wasn't there. Like, I really couldn't concentrate. That's why, like, the first 2 chapters, and this book only has 3 chapters, so the first 2 chapters for me are like blurred. Like, I very roughly remember what happened, but like so everything is so blurred. Like, my mind wasn't like, I couldn't concentrate, I didn't understand what was happening. That's why, like, we will talk about the results of, like, my conclusions of this challenge in the end, but I just realized that, like, I think it's probably not for me, because, like, this book is just like a blurb. I remember more or less the last chapter, the 3rd chapter, because that's when I was, like, alone in the house, everything was quiet, and I just concentrated better. Also, maybe I feel like it was just a second wave of my energy that came. It was already evening, and usually in the evening I also concentrate much better than during the day, so maybe that was also the reason. Last chapter, the 3rd chapter, I remember practically everything what happened, so it's not blurred, but because I don't remember what was in the first 2 chapters, everything is like very obscure. That's why the 3rd chapter was hard. Like, I didn't really understand characters, didn't understand what was happening and why it was happening. So yeah, you see, this book is just one big blur for me. So that's why I will need to reread it. But basically we follow a story of this man who is a seaman. He's like captain of a ship, and he comes home to England after like 6 months of traveling somewhere in Asia. And so for the first time he is obviously just, you know, having fun, relaxing after his long travel, and then he gets bored and he starts looking for a new job. And none of the ship's like ship captains, ship teams want to hire him, and he goes to one of his aunts and he asks her to help him to find the job, because the aunt has connections in, like, you know, higher society. And so with the help of his aunt he finds a job in Congo, in Africa, and so he is sent there. And that's where my blur begins, because he arrives there on a ship and then he like turns into a river and he starts traveling up the river. He's supposed to meet this guy who is like Kurtz, so he's looking for this Kurtz, and this Kurtz is like the main guy in this area. He's like commands the whole area, and everybody's kind of respects him because he's very good at like collecting a lot of ivory and selling a lot of ivory. And that's like what I remember. And then like everything is like blurred for me. So basically he's traveling up the river to find that quartz for some reason, but that's the premise. And yeah, he's also fascinated by this guy Kurtz because everybody is like crazy about him, very respects him a lot. Even black people there apparently respect him a lot. Don't quote me on that. Definitely this book is for a reread. And actually this is not, before I thought that these editions don't have like an introduction or some kind of, you know, explanatory notes, but actually they have them, but in the end. So the first 100 pages of this book, for example, were the book itself, and then the last few pages were the like post note, like an essay of some other guy about this book, which I haven't read. So yeah, when I read this book I will also read that part. But yeah, Heart of Darkness is one big blur for me. The last book that I started reading and didn't finish is The Timekeeper. Not a fan of this book, don't like it. It's super easy to read, it's very easy, like you know, language is super simple, like very simple language. Chapters are super short, so you just fly through them. I'm currently, like you see here, so it's like little bit more than halfway through. Which page? 130. In this book we follow one guy who is like in prehistoric times, before ancient Greece, before ancient Egypt, and like all those ancient civilization. He kind of discovered clock, so he created clock, and because of that he was condemned by the god, and he was kind of cursed to live in this cave for a very like for thousands of years and listen to people kind of, you have created clock, you have created time, now look how people are miserable because you have created time. And so he was sitting in that cave and listening voices of people who are like, I want more time, I need more time, give me more time, blah blah blah. So and then after like a lot of 1,000 years, he is given a task. He is given a task to help these two people. One of these people is an elderly millionaire who is very sick and is about to die, but he doesn't want to, he wants to live forever. And the other person is this young teenage girl who's like 13 years old. I don't know what she wants. She's just like she wants a guy, she wants a boy. I guess I haven't reached the part where she wants something to do with the time, because at current stage she just wants a boyfriend. So yeah, and he's supposed to help these two people somehow to learn the meaning of time. Yeah, not a fan of this book, don't like it. I don't know, don't care. And also this like teenage romance, this puppy romance, I can't. I can't. She's like, I will buy him a watch and he will love me, and I'm like, you're too young, you will grow up, it's okay. It's fine, in your age it's fine. But I'm not, you know, I cannot, I just don't like it, I cannot. It's just so full. No. So yeah, this teenage romance basically ruined the book for me. Also the writing wasn't really particularly good in my opinion, and I feel like, I don't know, when he was describing this like ancient times of how these people lived, I feel like there wasn't really any research put into this book when like talking about history and historical times, and I don't like it. Like, if you write about history, then like research it, because like in my opinion I appreciate such books so much better. And in this case I feel like no research was done. Like, there's nothing really about, like, we don't know where he lives, in which like territory he lives. There was like a small like a reference to the Bible of like building this, you know, this tower that was supposed to be like very very high and go to the skies. So that's like the reference to that. But again, like names, for example, are like English names, like Ellie, for example, his wife was Ellie, and I'm like, what do English names are doing? But his name isn't actually English, his name is Dor. I don't know, you see, like I'm confused. I don't know, maybe I don't know something, but I don't know, this book is just like, I feel like I'm DNFing it. So yeah, there you have it, the books that I read. In terms of the challenge, I feel like it's not for me, like reading, because I was literally sitting and reading all day long, except for the parts when I was eating, talking to my mom, sleeping, and yeah, when my eyes were tired. So apart from like those episodes, no, sleeping at night, I was sitting and reading all day long. I didn't go out, I didn't go grocery shopping, didn't do anything, I was just sitting at home. And I know, I feel like it's too much for me. I didn't watch any YouTube, I didn't do anything on my phone except for talking to my mom. I was just reading all day, and like I said, in the middle of the day my brain was just like, I need a break, need a break, need a break, don't understand, cannot concentrate. So yeah, it wasn't very productive. So I guess this is the result of. And you see, on the next day after the experiment, I really didn't want to read. I was just like, no, I will do something else. So I feel like this reading 24 hours straight, it's like for me, because I understand that probably some people do it on a regular basis, and for them it's maybe fine. For me it wasn't very productive. I was tired, but it was an interesting experiment. It was an interesting experience, and now I know that I need breaks. And you see, I will have to reread one of the books that I read. So wasn't productive, definitely wasn't, but interesting. It was an interesting experiment. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. So this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you are having a very good day, staying safe, and I will see you soon in the next videos. Thank you very much. Bye.